Have you ever felt like an invisible barrier is holding you back, no matter how much effort you put into achieving success and happiness? The problem might lie in your own home. This video uncovers 5 common household items that could be sabotaging your prosperity and peace. Drawing from the law of attraction and Buddhist wisdom, we'll explore how eliminating these objects can unblock the flow of positive energy and create an environment ripe for abundance and harmony. Damaged or broken items in your home might seem insignificant, but their impact can be profound. These objects clutter your space physically and energetically, creating stagnation that interferes with the harmonious flow of positive energy. Every time you glance at a cracked mirror, a torn cushion, or a malfunctioning gadget, what emotions surface? Do you feel frustration, discouragement, or a nagging sense of something left undone? These feelings can weigh heavily on your subconscious mind, holding you back from realizing your full potential. In the context of Buddhist teachings, the external state of our surroundings is a direct reflection of our internal state. Damaged objects symbolize unresolved issues, unhealed wounds, or aspects of life that require attention. The act of holding on to broken items may reflect a mindset of scarcity, an unwillingness to let go because of the fear that you cannot replace them. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to in my life that no longer serves me? Are there parts of my emotional or mental state that need healing, just as my home needs decluttering? By addressing and removing these broken or damaged items, you create space for renewal. It's not just about fixing a physical object. It's a symbolic gesture that invites new opportunities and positive energy into your life. Consider this. What would your life look like if you removed everything that felt heavy or unresolved? Example story: Min's journey to renewal. Min, a dedicated small business owner, had been struggling with declining sales. Despite her hard work and countless promotions, customers seemed to drift away. One day, as she cleaned her shop, she noticed the display cabinet's glass had been cracked for months. She had always meant to replace it but kept delaying. Finally, she decided to invest in a new glass pane. Almost immediately after the repair, Min noticed a shift. Her shop felt brighter, and customers began complimenting the space. Even more astonishingly, her sales started climbing. It wasn't magic, but a transformation of energy. By letting go of the broken glass and addressing the unresolved issue, she symbolically invited fresh energy and opportunities into her business. What's broken in your home or life that you've been ignoring? Is it time to address it and make room for growth? Practical steps for renewal. Take a tour of your home. Look closely at every room. Are there chipped mugs in the kitchen, a broken chair in the living room, or a clock that has stopped ticking? For each item, ask yourself, can this be repaired, or should it be replaced? If it's beyond repair, release it with gratitude for the service it provided. While performing this cleansing, be mindful of your thoughts. Treat the process as an emotional detox. Thank the items for their utility and consciously affirm, I am creating space for new opportunities and positive energy in my life. By actively engaging in this renewal process, you'll notice an immediate lightness in your home and, consequently, in your spirit. What are you ready to let go of today to invite prosperity and harmony into your space? When you finish this chapter, pause and reflect. What emotions arise as you let go of broken items? How does your space and your mind feel afterward? Stay tuned as the next chapter will delve into another overlooked energy blocker, unused clothes and accessories. Unused clothes and accessories often accumulate without us realizing it. They sit in our closets, taking up space, both physically and emotionally. Have you ever opened your wardrobe and felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of items you never wear? What do these clothes represent for you? Perhaps it's nostalgia, fear of letting go, or a belief that you might need them someday. In reality, these unworn items act as stagnant energy, blocking new opportunities and progress in your life. In Buddhist philosophy, clinging to the old prevents us from embracing the present and welcoming the future. Detachment is a key principle. Releasing what no longer serves us creates room for growth, renewal, and positive change. Think about it. What opportunities might you be missing by holding on to clothes and accessories that no longer fit your current self? And used items in your wardrobe might symbolize more than just clutter. They can signify fear of change or an attachment to a past version of yourself. Ask yourself, who am I now? And does this item align with the person I want to become? By removing these outdated pieces, you not only clear physical space, but also invite new energy into your life, making room for growth and opportunities you might not have anticipated. Example story: Dewey's Closet Transformation. Dewey, a young professional stuck in a cycle of dead-end jobs, felt stagnant in his career. One day, as he sorted through his wardrobe, he realized he hadn't worn half of his clothes in years. Some were gifts, others were tied to memories, and a few no longer suited his style. Determined to make a change, Dewey decided to donate these items to charity. Within a few weeks, something remarkable happened. Out of the blue, Dewey received a call for a job interview at a company he had admired for years. He couldn't help but connect this unexpected opportunity to the act of clearing out his closet. By freeing up space in his physical environment, he symbolically opened himself to new possibilities, including career growth. Now, think about your own situation. Are there items in your wardrobe that carry a weight you didn't realize? What might happen if you let them go? Practical steps to declutter your closet. Start by taking everything out of your closet and sorting items into 3 categories. 1. Keep clothes and accessories that you love, wear often, and align with who you are today. 2. Donate items in good condition that no longer serve you but could benefit someone else. 3. Discard worn-out pieces that are no longer useful. As you go through each piece, ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does it reflect who I am now or who I aspire to be? If the answer is no, consider letting it go with gratitude. Once you've cleared out and used items, notice the transformation in your space. Does it feel lighter, more open, and inspiring? Pay attention to how this process affects your mindset. Do you feel a renewed sense of energy or motivation to pursue something new? To deepen the impact, turn this exercise into a mindfulness practice. As you release old items, silently express gratitude for the role they played in your life. Affirm, I am creating space for growth, abundance, and positive change. After you've decluttered, reflect, how do you feel now that you've made room for the new? Are there other areas of your life that could benefit from this same principle of letting go? Stay with this thought as we move to the next chapter, where we explore how clearing unused gifts and sentimental items can further lighten your emotional load and invite transformation. Have you ever found yourself holding on to old papers, documents, or notebooks, thinking, I might need this someday? Over time, these piles grow, taking up not only physical space, but also mental energy. Each time you glance at them, do you feel a slight pang of stress or a nagging sense of unfinished business? This accumulation often reflects an attachment to the past, a fear of letting go, or the weight of unresolved tasks. Buddhism teaches us that our external environment mirrors our internal state. A cluttered space, especially one filled with outdated papers, is often a reflection of a cluttered mind. Old papers can represent outdated ideas, past concerns, or decisions that no longer serve your current path. By clearing these remnants of the past, you make room for clarity, creativity, and forward movement. What might your physical and mental space look like if it were free from the burden of unnecessary papers? Land story: finding creativity and clarity. Lon, a freelance writer, struggled for months to finish her latest novel. Her workspace was overflowing with old drafts, receipts, and notebooks filled with ideas that had long since been abandoned. Every time she sat down to write, her cluttered desk distracted her and drained her focus. One day, feeling frustrated, she decided to tackle the mess. As Lon sorted through her papers, she realized many of them no longer had any relevance to her current projects. She discarded outdated drafts, shredded old notes, and organized what remained into neat, labeled folders. The result was transformative. Not only did her workspace feel lighter, but her mind felt clearer too. Within days, she had a creative breakthrough and finally finished the chapter she'd been stuck on for weeks. Does this story resonate with you? Could the clutter in your own space be blocking your ability to focus or move forward? Practical steps to declutter papers and documents. 1. Start small. Choose a single drawer, shelf, or folder. Pull everything out and go through each item. Ask yourself, does this serve a purpose today? Will I genuinely need this in the future? 2. Sort into categories. Create piles for keep, shred, and recycle. Be honest about what truly adds value to your life. 3. Digitize important documents. Scan papers that you might need later but don't need in physical form. This saves space and ensures you can access them easily. As you declutter, notice how your mind begins to feel lighter and more focused. Do you feel less overwhelmed by tasks you've been putting off? Could this process be the first step toward tackling a project or goal you've been procrastinating on? Decluttering as a mindfulness practice. Treat the act of sorting papers as a mindfulness exercise. With each piece you let go of, acknowledge its role in your life and silently thank it before discarding it. For example, this receipt reminded me of a successful event I hosted. I release it with gratitude. This simple practice helps shift your mindset from loss to appreciation, making it easier to let go. After you've finished, step back and observe your space. How does it feel to see an organized desk or drawer? Do you notice an increased sense of calm or focus? Think about the possibilities that might open up now that you've cleared this clutter. Interactive reflection. What's one area in your home or office that's weighed down by unnecessary papers? What's stopping you from tackling it? Could decluttering this space spark new ideas, solutions, or even emotional relief? As you reflect, remember that the process of letting go is as much about clearing your mind as it is about clearing your space. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll explore how releasing unused gifts and sentimental items can further enrich your journey toward renewal and transformation. Have you ever kept a gift simply because you didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, even though it didn't align with your taste or needs? Maybe it's a decorative vase, a sweater you'll never wear, or a gadget you never use. While the intention behind the gift might have been kind, the item itself can create an emotional weight in your home. These unwanted objects often carry subtle feelings of guilt, obligation, or unresolved emotions, disrupting the harmony of your space. Buddhist teachings emphasize that our environment should foster joy and mindfulness. Holding on to things out of obligation can anchor us to emotions like guilt or resentment, which prevent us from fully appreciating our surroundings. What if letting go of such items could bring a sense of peace and clarity? Would you feel freer if your space only reflected what truly brings you happiness and purpose? Hung's story, releasing emotional weight. Hung, a teacher, had a decorative vase sitting on her living room shelf for years. It was a gift from a distant relative who visited her once. While she appreciated the gesture, the vase didn't match her style, and every time she looked at it, she felt a twinge of guilt for disliking it. Over time, this small, seemingly insignificant item became a symbol of unspoken obligations and feelings she didn't know how to address. One weekend, as Hung was reorganizing her home, she decided to donate the vase to a local charity. Almost immediately, she felt a sense of relief. The absence of the vase left her space feeling lighter, and she realized that by letting it go, she was also releasing the unnecessary guilt it carried. Interestingly, she found her relationships with loved ones improving. She felt more authentic and less burdened by unspoken tensions. Do you have a similar object in your home? Something that doesn't bring you joy but stays because of a sense of duty? How would it feel to release it? Practical steps to address unwanted gifts. 1. Reflect on the item's purpose. Ask yourself, does this item bring me happiness? Does it add value to my life? Or is it here because I feel obligated to keep it? 2. Express gratitude. Before letting go, acknowledge the sentiment behind the gift. You can say, I'm grateful for the thoughtfulness of the giver, but this item no longer serves me. 3. Rehome the item. Consider donating or gifting it to someone who will appreciate it. Knowing that it's going to a good home can ease any lingering guilt. Mindfulness and letting go. The act of releasing unwanted gifts isn't about rejecting the person who gave them to you. It's about prioritizing the energy and harmony of your space. Gifts are symbols of kindness, but their purpose is fulfilled in the moment they're given. Keeping them out of obligation doesn't enhance the relationship. It may even strain it by fostering feelings of resentment or guilt. Imagine how your space might transform if every item in it reflected joy, purpose, or meaning. How would that shift your daily mindset? Interactive reflection. What's one gift in your home that doesn't resonate with you? Why are you holding on to it? If you were to let it go, what positive changes might happen in your space or your relationships? Think about the relationships in your life. Could open communication about preferences and values strengthen the bonds between you and your loved ones? Would it help to kindly explain that their thoughtfulness is appreciated, even if the gift itself no longer fits your needs? As you consider these questions, remember that clearing your space is not an act of rejection. It's an act of self-care. The next chapter will explore how to address sentimental items and the powerful emotions they hold, guiding you toward balance and renewal. Have you ever looked around your home and noticed decorations that no longer feel you? Perhaps it's a generic painting purchased in a rush or a decorative piece that felt trendy years ago but now feels out of place. These items, while harmless on the surface, can subtly block the flow of positive energy in your space. Buddhist teachings remind us that our external environment reflects our inner world. When we surround ourselves with items that lack emotional connection or meaning, it's like holding on to an outdated version of ourselves, preventing us from stepping fully into who we are today. Tao story, revitalizing her space and spirit. Tao, a graphic designer, found herself feeling uninspired both at work and at home. Her apartment was decorated with neutral-toned art she'd purchased years ago, pieces that no longer spark any emotion. Realizing her decor no longer aligned with her current passions, Tao decided to make a change. She replaced her wall art with vibrant pieces that reflected her love for nature, paintings of lush forests, blooming flowers, and serene landscapes. The transformation was immediate. Tao felt a renewed sense of energy each time she entered her home. Inspired by her new decor, she took up gardening, filling her balcony with plants and creating a peaceful green oasis. This simple act of replacing outdated items with meaningful ones not only enriched her home, but also brought new joy and purpose to her life. Does your decor reflect who you are today? What items in your home feel disconnected from your current aspirations or values? What would you replace them with if you had the chance to start fresh? Steps to renew your space. 1. Take a tour of your home. Look at your decorations. Do they still resonate with you? If not, consider why they're still there. 2. Define your current aspirations. Are you drawn to nature, creativity, or minimalism? Choose decor that mirrors your present interests and goals. 3. Replace with intention. When adding new items, focus on pieces that evoke joy, peace, or inspiration. Mindful decoration. Meaningful decor has the power to transform your energy. When you fill your home with items that reflect your passions and dreams, you're creating a physical affirmation of your intentions. Imagine walking into a space where every corner tells a story about what matters most to you. How would that change your mood, your focus, or your daily motivation? Interactive reflection. What piece of decor in your home no longer brings you joy? If you replaced it with something that truly resonated, how would it make you feel? Could a small shift in your environment inspire a bigger change in your life, like it did for Tao? Decluttering your home isn't just about creating a tidy space. It's about fostering a life of balance, clarity, and abundance. Every object you remove or replace is a step toward aligning your physical environment with your emotional and spiritual well-being. When you remove broken or damaged items, you're clearing space for renewal. Letting go of unused clothes releases stagnant energy and invites opportunities. Sorting through old papers frees your mind for fresh ideas. Releasing unwanted gifts and meaningless decorations allows you to embrace authenticity and intention. Each act of letting go is a declaration. I am ready for growth. Imagine walking into a home that feels like a sanctuary. Every item has a purpose, every corner reflects your aspirations, and the energy is light and inspiring. How would this shift impact your relationships, your goals, or even your peace of mind? This journey is deeply personal and profoundly rewarding. As you take these steps, remember that your home is a reflection of your inner self. By creating a space of harmony and abundance, you're also nurturing these qualities within. What small change will you make today to begin this transformation?